and welcome to Dependasplaining, the podcast. This is another brand new episode for you guys for your listening earballs. I am Veronica.
And I am Jen.
Hi, Jen. How's it going?
I'm going to say it's going pretty good right now because, my thing is actually recording today.
So far.
It's recording. We don't have a mess up where we missed like 9-10 minutes of our recording like last week.
That was funny.
We're spicing it up here every now and then. We got to keep you on your toes, change things up.
Mm-hmm. See if you're actually listening.
Exactly.
Turns out you were.
You were.
Jen was paying attention too. Before we get started, let's plug ourselves here. Let's plug us on up.
Plug it up.
Plug it up. If you guys have any stories to share with us, any recommendations, topics, issues, whatever it may be, or just feel like chatting with us, we're here for you. And you can reach us at dependasplaining@gmail.com. And you can also reach us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and did I say all of them? Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah.
And then also don't forget to rate and subscribe on your favorite listening platform, which usually is Apple Podcasts, but Spotify is also out there, and other ones I don't know what they are because I live on the grid. Off the grid?
Off the grid. Yeah.
But just, you get it. Go give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Just do it. Wherever you are, wherever you can rate and subscribe, just do it. Or go directly to our website on Podbean, or it's anywhere.
GeoCities.
Yeah, wherever you want. Google, just Google search us and hit that 5 stars. Give us a Google review. That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah. I forgot to show you my bruise. Can you see it on my shin?
I will in a minute.
I got a contusion.
Is it like a lump?
Yeah. So we went to the beach on Saturday, and my daughter let go of her floaty, and I went to go chase it because the breeze took it, and I stepped on a rock. Like there's a rock, and my foot slipped off, and I just ground my shin on that thing. It hurts. It feels worse than what it looks. Yeah, it was bad. It hurt for the rest of the weekend, and it had a huge lump on it and just a little bit of scratches. And I was like, great, now I have coral embedded into my leg. It will continue to grow for the rest of my life. So,
yep.
But yeah, I thought it was very important that I share that on the podcast because safety first in the water.
Be careful out
safety
there, guys.
First, people. Yeah. Be careful out there. Rocks come out of fucking nowhere.
They do. They really do. Make sure you get there early, okay?
Get there early before the rocks get there. Jen, that's great advice. I mean, wiser words have never been spoken.
Just full of great advice sometimes. It again, like I said, sometimes I'm funny, sometimes I got good advice, but it only happens once a year. Maybe every full moon.
Maybe who knows? The temperature has to be right outside. The weather, everything has to line up. Perfectly.
Yeah. The planets have to align. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, this is true.
Mercury.
This is true.
Sagittarius, Leo, Scorpio. They all got to be in retrograde. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. What's your sign?
Scorpio.
You're a Scorpio?
I am. I'm a water sign.
Aquarius. So am I. Is that's Aquarius, right? I mean, it's a water sign.
I don't know. Maybe.
Jen.
Okay. I know mine. Maybe my son is an Aquarius too, I think. I think so.
No, he was born late.
Maybe not.
February. So I don't know what follows Aquarius.
I know. This is my problem. I always I have it and then I don't remember, and then I just know he's a water sign. He is a water sign, and it shows. It shows on me too.
I don't understand any of it, so I just know that I'm an Aquarius. So I don't know.
Water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Okay, maybe he's a Pisces. Maybe that's it. You're not a water sign.
What am I?
Wait, I think you're Earth.
Yes, I am the Earth.
Hold on. I remember it was Kai was saying something about it was because it was me, you, and her, or me, you, and Lindsay and her. We all like formed all the things.
Earth, wind,
air,
and
your
fire.
air. Yes, it was
air.
Earth, air, water. Is it fire too? Your air.
Just full
I
of
don't
air.
fucking know, guys. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass now, I feel like. Sorry, guys.
Kai, if you're listening,
tell me.
Tell us.
I forgot.
Tell us.
Help me.
What am I? What are we?
What is
just tell
this
us what
life?
We are.
What's happening?
What is this? Yeah.
Where are we?
Just tell us what's happening all the time. Nobody knows. I don't know what's happening ever.
It's okay. I don't either. I just go with the flow, and hopefully it turns out.
Yeah. Hopefully. That's all we pray for. It's just that it turns out. Anything in life that you put your hands into, I just hope it turns out. Me making tortillas on Saturday, I just hope it turns out.
Turns out, no. Whatever. You know how to make all that delicious shit. I hope if I make like refried beans that shit turns out.
Hope that shit turns out.
Veronica's the most amazing cook, chef in the entire world. She can bake, she can cook. Right. Girl, she can do it all. It turns out.
I'm all right.
Because she knows what she's doing.
I'm all right.
No.
Right. There's a few things that I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. Like, this is good. I made those cookies on Friday, and I took them to the fire station, and they like had just come out of the oven, so I stacked them in like a tin pan, and they kind of stuck together, but they're really good. And I was like, sorry, they just kind of got stuck together because they were still warm when I pulled them out, and I was running late. And they liked them, so I was like, okay, this is good. And then I made, you know what I made? I made a street corn salad. So I took like corn and I put the Mexican cheese on it. Not the shredded Mexican cheese. Sit down in the back with your hand up in the air getting ready to yell at me. I put the real Mexican cheese, the queso fresco on there, and I mixed it with mayonnaise and lime juice and some seasonings and chili powder and hot sauce. Oh man, it was so good. It was good. I just ate it with chips in my mouth. Just straight up in my mouth. Just put it in there. Yes.
That's delicious. I, what was it? Last week? Maybe? I think. Last week, yeah? Maybe? What day is it? Anyway. Sure. Yeah, last week was Dave's birthday, and I made him a pan of brownies. And in the brownie batter, I mixed in those Reese's peanut butter chips. Because he loves chocolate and peanut butter together, so it's a perfect combination. It's delicious. And we had like half a pan left over, so he took some into work for the guys in his flight, and they were like, he goes, oh, the guys were really raving about your brownies. They're like, wow, this is amazing. Your wife is so good. And I was like, David, it was from a box. He's like, shh, don't tell anyone that. Just take the compliment. And I said, okay, sure.
You put your
touch. I made that.
Yeah, you put your own personal touch in there. You put peanut butter.
Yeah,
morsels.
Sure. Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah. I definitely, I added to it. Sure. But they were good.
Oh, man. Every time I walk into the commissary, so they have tons of Halloween candy out right now because
already
Christmas is next week. Yes. They have I keep seeing pictures of them. I haven't seen the actual product. The pumpkin Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh my God. You've had one, right?
I haven't had one yet because I can't find one.
Oh.
I've seen just the pictures. I think I have to go into like the Shopette or something.
Yeah, I think that's sometimes you'll find them.
My favorite.
Because you'll find them in like the king size where it's the two of them together sometimes.
Yes.
I don't know. What is it about those that are so much better than regular Reese's cups? They're so
I know.
good.
They're so exciting.
I love it. They make the pumpkins and they make the trees for Christmas. Do they do the Valentines, or is that just like in my imagination?
I think it might be your imagination. I've never seen the Valentine's Day one.
I know. I thought that maybe
I mean,
they make them into a heart. They should. Because they should.
Mm-hmm.
But then they do the Easter egg. Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking delicious. Yeah. I will eat those all day.
They just make me so happy.
Yeah.
I know. I love them. Yeah. Oh, there we go with that bullshit again, talking about food.
All the food, all the time. It's all right. Again, like I always say, it's all right.
It's all right. It's okay. Okay. Well, Jen, I want to hear your story. I want to hear it.
Yes. I'm excited to share this story with you and with everyone listening.
Do tell.
To get us started, this is a listener recommendation, and I forgot what I was about to say. Do you ever have that time where you like, you think it in your head, and then you're like, yeah, that's it, and you start to doubt yourself, and you're like, wait, is that really their name, or was I imagining that? Just like the heart Reese's.
It's not just with names. It's with everything in life.
Yeah.
Am I on the correct side of the road right now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was hard. That's hard sometimes.
Oh, you had to go back from left-hand drive to right-hand drive. Or, on the road.
Yeah.
Wow. How was that, Jen?
It was an adjustment. I was like, Dave's like, you'll be fine. You've been driving this your whole life. And you only did left side driving for 3 years. And I'm like, yeah, but I was really used to that. And I felt very comfortable. So, no, it still freaks me out sometimes. Yourself. I have to pause. Anytime I take a turn, I have to pause and make sure I'm going into the correct lane. Yeah. When I turn. So, yeah.
I've been driving on the left side of the road I did it for 4 years in the UK. And now here, it's going to be another 4 years. That's 8 years of my life driving on the left side of the road. And in the right side of the car.
Yeah. That's right. You didn't have American cars ever.
No.
Good for you.
So it's going to be, I have programmed myself. That's going to be really weird if I ever have to go back to the other side of the car and the road.
Yeah.
But I do have to occasionally tell myself, like, to the left is
yeah.
So I can, but when we were in Seattle, we were on the shuttle to take us back to the hotel. And so we were kind of like out of it, we were super jet lagged and tired, and the damn bus starts turning correctly into its lane. I was like, oh fuck, we're gonna hit traffic, like we're gonna run into a car. And I was like, oh wait, we're not in the UK anymore, we're in the United States now. Yeah, it was like a quick panic. And I remember I turned around and I told Kyle, I was like, did you feel that? Like, did you feel like we were gonna crash? And he's like, no. And I was like, oh, it's just me. Sorry.
It's just me having a mild panic attack. No big deal. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, no big deal. It's okay. It's just my life. My life and my children's life. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to where we're going. So this is a listener recommendation. It's from Carrie. She recommended this to us because of all of our talk of murder water.
Murder water
in North Carolina, and then Okinawa, just everywhere being surrounded by murder water everywhere. It just it jogged a question in her brain, and then she came up with this listener suggestion. It is the Camp Lejeune water contamination scandal.
Oh, I feel like I've heard about this, but I'm super excited. Okay, yay!
You probably have.
Thanks, Carrie.
I mean, it was a big thing that happened. You probably have. I just never listened to the news when I was younger, so I don't recall remembering it at all. But
it was contaminated with murder.
No,
just kidding.
But the contamination created murder in a way.
Oh,
I guess.
Yes.
Do we go that far?
Okay.
Is the water?
People go crazy?
No.
We weren't far off then with this murder water.
Right. When she gave the suggestion, I was like, holy shit. We are right. There is murder water there. In a way.
We knew it. We've known it all along.
Yeah.
We're from the future. We're from the future.
Yes.
Technically, we are, Jen, in the future.
We are in the future. We're in the future of everyone.
Our time zone.
All the time.
In our time zone, yep.
The future. All right. I don't know lottery numbers, though. Sorry. Okay. So, scandal. Here we go. In 1983, Marine Master Sergeant Jerry Ensminger, who was stationed at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, sat with his 7-year-old daughter, where together a doctor revealed the grim news. Janie had acute lymphocytic leukemia. Many questions spiraled through his head. How could she have gotten this when there were no childhood cancers in the family, and his other 2 daughters were seemingly perfectly healthy? Janie went into remission after treatment, but after 18 months it had come back. Doctors wanted to start a heavy dose of chemotherapy, which still carried a small chance of eradicating the leukemia. Jerry, however, did not want to put his daughter through this, which would cause even worse side effects of sores and ulcers. But Janie did not hesitate, and she wanted a fighting chance. Unfortunately, Janie lost her battle 2.5 years later on September 24th, 1985.
Oh, no.
In January of 1968, yes, we're going back in time, Mike Partain was born. His father was a U.S. Naval Academy graduate, and they were stationed at Camp Lejeune from 1967 to 1968. They lived on base in Tarawa Terrace. Mike was born underweight and with a severe skin rash that, to date, he still has. Growing up, he suffered from numerous ear and sinus infections that he seemed to have grown out of in his teen years. So, it didn't look quite so suspicious since they did happen to go away. But, nonetheless, in April of 2007, Mike, now married and living, his own life, received a hug from his wife that would forever change his life. Mike's wife felt a lump on his right breast. They found him, Jen, you can do this. How do you say that? Malignant?
Malignant.
Thank you!
I just saw your mouth making a lot of movements.
I was trying
like that.
so hard. I was like, God, Jen, you can do it. Say it again
Malignant.
for me. Malignant. Oh my God, you're a hero. They found oh my God, wait, say it one more time.
Malignant.
Jennifer, goddammit. Malignant. They found him in oh my fucking Malignant. Sorry. Oh my God. Get your life together. Malignant. How now, brown cow. Okay. They found him. God damn it. Come on, Jen. They found a malignant. Did I say that right? God damn it.
No, but close. Oh, so much editing to do with this.
You know. God, I hate my life.
Do you want to just put my my voice in there? Malignant. Every time.
Ready?
Malignant.
After I say A, you say it. Ready? They found a
malignant
tumor, and he was then diagnosed with male breast cancer.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm recovering. Okay.
Male breast cancer.
Yep. He had a mastectomy where the tumor was found, along with undergoing 6 months of chemotherapy. Mike then went through the genetic testing to see if he had carried is it BRCA? Is that how you say it? BRCA?
I don't know.
Something like that. It's the BRCA 1 or 2 gene. Sorry, guys. I should know this, but I don't.
I'm sure it's just an abbreviation, right?
It is, yeah. It is.
Okay.
I know they, because they say it in such a way, obviously you can tell my brain's not working well. but which he was negative for, so he did not carry the gene. So males account for less than 1% of all breast cancer diagnoses, and those without this gene account for just a 0.5% of all diagnoses.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's extremely rare in males. Chrissy Perez and her husband Samuel Jason Perez had just found out that he had been diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer, adrenal cortical carcinoma. Carcinoma.
Yes.
Okay, maybe that works. Because of its rarity, the doctors asked Jason if he had ever been exposed to chemicals. Jason had also lived in the Tarawa Terrace with his parents, who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Growing up, he had some of the same symptoms with ear problems and skin disorders. Jason lost his battle only 5 weeks after his diagnosis on October 2nd, 2002, where he is survived by his wife, Christy, and their 2 children. Jason was only 29 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So, what do all these victims have in common? They all lived at Camp Lejeune. So what the heck is happening at Camp Lejeune? Obviously, we already know because I told you the title. But
yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. I already told you. Camp Lejeune is a Marine base in Jacksonville, North Carolina. It's most known for its amphibious assault training along its 14 miles of beaches, and the location between 2 deep water ports allows for fast deployments. From the 1950s to the 1980s, the water on Camp Lejeune was continually being contaminated with extremely harmful chemicals. And not only that, they were at toxic levels of 240 to 3,400 times higher than what is permitted by safety standards. As we know, the families and Marines here were not regular residents. They weren't here to settle and to make a permanent home. They were only here for weeks, months, or even a few years before moving on to another assignment. But in those years between the 1950s and 1980s, these families and Marines were being exposed. Okay, here comes another round of hard words. Being exposed to trichloroethylene. Yep, nailed it. Or TCE.
Trichlorophene?
Maybe that's it. Trichloroethylene. I love you. Thank God for Veronica, guys. And then...
I'm just guessing that one.
Tetrachloroethylene, or PCE, vinyl chloride, and other contaminants in their drinking water. These exposures can greatly increase your risk of adverse birth outcomes and cancers, including renal cancer, multiple myeloma, leukemias, and more. And many of these victims will not even know the reason for their diagnosis.
Right.
One of these ways the water was being contaminated was from the Marine culture of always being squared away or following a code of cleanliness by having their uniforms always pressed and starched and keeping their shoes nicely polished. So, a frequented dry cleaner, which was located just across the highway from the base, was well known for their low prices. More business, however, meant more waste produced. According to her court deposition, this cleaner used 2 to 3 55-gallon drums of solvent a month. That adds up to about 3 gallons of waste a day.
Of this toxic waste.
Just wait. This dry cleaner was just across from a base school as well. The dry cleaner would use this waste to fill in potholes around the parking lot, and then he would throw the rest in the drains.
No way.
Yeah.
He would fill the potholes?
Yeah, he would use this. They call it like a muck because it's, I guess, pretty thick. And he would fill potholes. Yeah. And then the rest would go down drains.
Oh my God.
In other areas around the base, more waste was being made and discarded into empty lots, forests, roads, waterways, and makeshift dumps. Just insane. So, early in the start of this discovery, in October of 1980, the Army had sent a note to Marine leadership about the water testing results. On the bottom of the sheet, Army Laboratory Service Chief William Neal wrote, quote, "Water is highly contaminated with low molecular weight halogenated hydrocarbons." It was an early warning for Camp Lejeune, but they did not take any action then, or with more warnings, including another handwritten note that merely said, quote, "Solvents." But the Marine base waited another 5 years before they started to shut down contaminated wells.
Oh my God.
So, in addition to the toxins, the TCE, PCE, vinyl chloride, there was also benzene found in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Benzene, a clear and highly flammable chemical, is what you smell when you pump gas.
Oh.
It is a carcinogen and a well-established cause of cancer in humans, specifically acute myeloid leukemia.
Wow.
The EPA has established a maximum contaminant level goal of 0 parts per billion of benzene in public drinking water systems. In 1980, Naval Facilities Engineering Command testing showed that one of the wells at Camp Lejeune measured 380 parts per billion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
In
my
2000,
goodness.
yeah. In 2010, the Associated Press found that a contractor, quote, dramatically underreported the level of benzene found in the tap water in Camp Lejeune. In 1992, they found that a contractor had documented the 1984 level of benzene in one well as 38 parts per billion. But the actual measurement had been 380 parts per billion. And then in 1994, this same contractor conveniently omitted the benzene altogether.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
This went on for so long.
So, not only were they drinking these toxic chemicals, but they were also breathing them in. From an article I found, an example from where they're breathing was talked about at the school lunchrooms, how these students ate their lunch off of these damp trays that had just run through the wash cycle. The steam from those industrial dishwashers flowed through the cafeteria where the students all sat eating their lunch and breathing in the vapors. Not only that, but the cafeteria workers were breathing in large amounts of those vapors all day long.
Yeah.
Residents of the base were also breathing in vapors coming from the contaminated grounds as well. So vapors coming from all the waste that had been dumped everywhere is now coming up through the ground as contaminated vapor. Just insane.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. This neglect and cover up went on for decades. Most did not know why they or their loved ones had been diagnosed with such rare and aggressive cancers. But once word started getting around by the 90s about Camp Lejeune being dubbed the worst water contamination in U.S. history, now with all this information and testimonies from victims, one would hope then that there would be proper care and compensation. Well,
yeah,
it wasn't until 2012, with Obama, signed into law to extend medical care due to water contamination. Under the new law, those who served at or lived on Camp Lejeune at least 30 days between January 1st, 1957 and December 31st, 1987 will be able to receive medical care for cancer of the esophagus, lung, breast, bladder, and kidney, as well as for leukemia, multiple myeloma, myelodysplastic syndromes, renal toxicity, hepatic steatosis, female infertility, miscarriage, scleroderma, neurobehavioral effects, and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Reports have put the number of people exposed to the contaminated water anywhere from 750,000 to 1 million. So that was another thing that I didn't get into. There's so much information because this was ongoing for decades.
Decades, yeah.
That I didn't want to put everything in there, and my brain just can't handle it either. But there is a story too, from the article that I got most of my information from. She's a reporter who grew up on Camp Lejeune with her family, and her mom died of, I can't remember if it was leukemia or some form of cancer later in her life due to the contamination. And then she also lost 2 brothers due to this. It was, they were both, when they were born, they were born, I can't remember if they were born early as well, or it was just they were born with very severe birth defects and obviously did not make it. So that was a lot that was happening. Was there not as many stories as the cancer ones too, but there were so many miscarriages and birth defects for, like, with these women who were pregnant and living there through all of this. It's scary and terrifying, and you just hope that, like,
yes,
that you know, if you become, or if you have the cancer, you know, you've been contaminated for, I know, a certain amount of time, you just hope that you don't, like, pass that on to your children as well, you know. It was just insane. It was insane reading all of it, and I will post a link on the thing too that you can read the entire article. It's just so sad. It's so sad for these families, especially when they have their children passing away from leukemia and whatnot, not understanding how are they getting diagnosed, what happened. We don't have any history. Yeah, we have no history of cancers in the family. I don't understand. So, yeah, very sad. Very crazy. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure it's still to date the largest water contamination scandal in U.S. history.
Yeah. It went on for so long. And it took him this long to... I mean, I hope that it's fine now and the water is potable. But...
Yeah.
Is it potable?
I hope. I was reading something too a little bit ago. I'm not sure how recent it was, but that they were still finding high levels of chemicals in the water, in the grounds, and all that too. Still on Camp Lejeune, so
yeah.
I don't.
I mean, if it was decades and decades of it penetrating the ground and stuff, I'm sure there's still traces of it. Yeah. Unless they find their source from a different area, but wow, that's crazy.
What's just so messed up is that there were so many cover-ups and stuff that could have been done so much sooner if people had just taken it more seriously and been... I mean, I don't understand if you have this in front of you, you see these testing results, and then you have a contractor who is just so conveniently miswriting
information.
Yeah, you know, like, why is that okay? Why is that happening? You know?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, according to, like, the law, there's still not really... The law that Obama signed in about the medical care, it's still not really blaming the water contamination. It's just stating, like, hey, if you were here during this time at all, and then you happen to get cancers, you can come get treatment still.
Yeah. But they don't say due to the water contamination.
Yeah, they kind of skirt around as much as they possibly can, and not...
Sounds like it.
Yeah, they still don't even consider it a thing, which is just...
What a shame.
It's upsetting.
Because people continue to live there.
Yeah. In the first story with the Jerry, with his daughter who died of leukemia, she was 9 years old. He didn't even know. He didn't even know until he was already retired and living, you know, I forgot where he was living, somewhere nearby. And he didn't even realize that the reason why his daughter got cancer was because of all of the water scandal until he was watching the news. And breaking news, it was like, oh, look at what's happening at Camp Lejeune. They've started testing, you know, the water water tests coming back and all this stuff. And that's when he was like, oh my God, that's what happened. So it's so sad. So sad.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess you never really think about it. I mean, I drink the tap water everywhere, unless I'm told not to. I always ask, is the water okay to drink? Yeah. I mean, you brush your teeth with it. You bathe in it. You do your laundry and your dishes in it.
Yeah. That's the thing. So I mean, we use the water all the time. And so do they for everything.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not consuming it with, like, ingesting it, you're still using it in one form or another. And if it's contaminated, it has traces of whatever this is on your laundry and your toothbrush and your your products, and it leaves it on your skin, which it absorbs. Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was insane. So thank you, Carrie, because that was an awesome recommendation. Because not something I would have even like thought about to look for.
Yeah, thank you, Carrie. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Keep them coming, people. That was really informative. And if you're on Camp Lejeune, test your water.
Be careful. Don't.
Be careful.
Murder water. We told you this already.
Yes. We told you guys. We told you once. We told you twice. We're warning you now. Mm-hmm. Don't drink the murder water.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Wow, Jen, thanks for that story. And thanks to Carrie for sending that to us, too.
Yes.
Yeah. Keep your stories coming. I like that.
Yes. Yes. All right, I'm ready for your information today.
Well, I have somewhat of a scandal too, and not a specific scandal, but something that can turn into a scandal. And I have military catfishing for you.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
All right, I like it.
So I got most of my information on this website called ditchthelabel.org. And military one source as well. So a couple times I've come across on those networking pages for spouses, for military spouses, right? And it's like, or girlfriends, fiancés, whatever. It doesn't have to be necessarily a spouse. And I've seen on there a few young ladies. In my case, I haven't seen it happen to a male yet, but young ladies will be like, oh, my boyfriend is in basic and I can't see him and I miss him so much. And it's just something off about that story or post, whatever they're putting on social media, that will catch my attention. And I'll go on there and I'll snoop, and it's like, this is a catfish. There's no way. Maybe I'm being too judgmental just on the way the person looks, but I'll get into it. So, how can you tell if someone's catfishing you? The best way to do it is do a reverse image on like Google search, and you could do this. You right click on the photo, and then you copy the URL and paste it in the box at the images.google.com. And then Google does like a search for other sources that might have used that same image online. If this is a scam, they will have used that picture somewhere else, right? Mm-hmm. So you can try that if you're having doubts. A main one is, Jen, you would think that after doing this podcast for so long, I would learn how to type in a bigger fucking font, or I'm not squinting my eyes at the screen right now.
It's okay. You just helped me through my worst word fumble ever, so it's fine. We all have our flaws. It's okay.
Okay. So another one is that they ask for money. So they say they don't have like enough money to fly home to visit you, or perhaps they don't have enough money to meet their rent. The rent thing to me is a real red flag, because this is like military 101, right? They teach you how to take care of that. It's either they live in the barracks or the dorms, or they live somewhere off base, and they will take care of their rent before they take care of anything else, because it's automatic. So there's no way that they don't have money for rent. The military gives you money for rent.
Yeah, they get BAH, whether they're married or not. They get the single rate or with dependents. So they have rent. They have the money for the rent.
They have rent money. So they should never be asking you for money. Why do they need your money? They make money. It's okay.
Yeah.
Another thing is I think they should check the social media interactions. Like if like people are posting on their wall or like any check-ins they may have had, you know, with like companies or something, just check their social media. Obviously they're contacting you on social media or some sort of platform, maybe even like a dating website, but it's a good thing to check their social media to see if they have interactions with any other people, or if this was just like all of a sudden a pop-up Facebook page or whatever, you know, that they just created on a whim. Also look for like generic photos. If it's just like a couple pictures being used over and over throughout the page, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
And it's just they could be like one picture and just using different filters. So that's a red flag. That means the person catfishing you only had access to these certain images. Also, is there anyone else in the picture? Because it's usually just the one person and they crop out other people.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of story did the pictures give you too, you know? Like what were they doing in the picture? Are they in the military uniform?
Mm-hmm.
As well. Check their friends also, you know, check the friends list if it's available to you. If they claim to be in the military, they're gonna have friends who are also in the military. So check their Facebooks, Instagram, whatever, their friends list. See if you can find anyone that is also in the military. Skype them, you know, ask to Skype. If they don't want to Skype, FaceTime or Snapchat or Messenger, Facebook Messenger. That is a huge red flag. And so they'll say like, "Oh, I'm too shy. I'm camera shy." But it could just be an excuse. My camera's broken. Yeah, it could just be an excuse. Yeah, even if it's like a Snapchat, because it's a Snapchat, you're not really talking with them. You're just sending live video of yourself, right? I haven't had a Snapchat in a long time. But that also a red flag if they're not willing to do that. So just keep asking questions. If this person is trying to involve you romantically, please ask questions. Don't fall for it. I know a woman in uniform is beautiful. A man in uniform is gorgeous. And we all want to drop our panties right there and then, right? But ask questions. Look for inconsistencies in their answers, because a liar is always going to change their story. They will always change their story. They're always going to tweak it somehow. They always have an excuse for something. So, yeah. And another thing is they will almost always claim to be some high-ranking fucking Delta Force, Navy SEAL, or some important person in the military.
Red flag.
Super red flag, because if this were true, if there was really a Navy SEAL trying to, you know, get in your panties, they wouldn't tell you that they were a Navy SEAL.
No.
OPSEC.
They're not,
bitches,
OPSEC, they don't like to, you know, they don't boast themselves like that. It's not something that is just brought up in conversations and everything. It just, you'll find out once you get more intimate with somebody and everything like that, but that's more of like.
They're not pilots. They're not going to brag.
No.
Just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Love you all. Love pilots. Yay. No, I think pilots are the coolest. Sorry. No, they're not. It's like you said, they're not going to put themselves out there like I'm some lieutenant colonel. Blobby blobby. I'm a Navy SEAL. No, that's not true. So you can also look them up. There's a website. It's called the Defense Manpower Data Center, or DMDC. It's a military verification service, and they can verify if the individual is serving or has served. However, this website does require their social, so I don't think that it's the most convenient way to look them up. I'm pretty sure it requires their social. So people, don't give your social to just anybody. Nobody should have your social.
No.
Yeah. Another thing I thought is ask them for their email, their work email.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what the email is, but if you're involved in the military, you will know exactly why I'm saying this. Ask for their email.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's perfectly fine. You can email them on that email. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's a good one. That is a good one to know.
Yeah.
I like it.
So I found a letter on one of those like Dear Abby sites sort of things. It was posted on this was it Military One Source? It wasn't Military One Source. Give me a moment. Oh, Mill Spouse Fest. Excuse me. That's what it was called. millspousefest.com. That's what it's called. Okay, so, and it's this letter, and it says, I really need your help. I'm trying to help my Army guy from Fort Campbell. You see, he is deployed and he needs my help financially, or he cannot come home from downrange and see me for his R&R because he has to pay his fees. His commander contacted me and said he still needs $12,000 before he can be released. At first, it was $3,000, and I sent it. Then I was contacted saying he needs more. This man is the love of my life, and I really want to be with him. He has been through so much on these deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. It's so unfair that the military would put all of these restrictions on them before releasing them. He needs to relax and enjoy himself instead of going from one war to the next. He hasn't been home in 3 years. What can I do to draw attention to my soldier's situation? Should I call my congressman, my senator? Who?
Oh, good God. Oh my God.
Let's dissect this for a while.
There's so many wrong things in that. Oh God.
I know, it's a big old red flag. Yeah.
You poor thing.
Yeah.
First of all, guys, just no matter what, military or not, do not send money. Don't send it. We told you this already. Don't send the money.
Yeah.
That's stupid. It's the worst thing you can do.
Stupid.
Don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
People need to learn how to make their own money and not steal it from other
reals.
people. Don't do it.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Come on. Okay. Let's dissect this. Ready? So, he cannot come home from downrange to do his R because he has to pay fees. What fees?
There's no fees.
There are no fees.
There's no coming home fees.
Listen to me.
I would be broke if there was.
No, listen to me. For these young, soon-to-be dependas, or want to be dependas like us, there is no fee. If you guys are listening to this and you're your brand new girlfriend, but you're having doubts, this is why. There are no fees to pay when coming home for R&R. Okay? The military will arrange for them to go on deployment, and when they come home, the military will arrange that. It is paid for. They don't come out of pocket for any of that.
No.
Other than even their food is paid for while they're there. There are some things that they might be required to pay, but that money that they make while they are there is their money, and it's non-taxable, and they make a good chunk of most of the time. Yes, it has to be after a certain amount of period. Thanks, Jen. And they make a good chunk of change while they're there because they have nothing to spend it on other than nothing. They have nothing to spend it on. What are they going to buy?
Except for just like the basic consumables
necessities
that they need. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And internet.
And even then,
that was the only thing Dave had to pay for.
Internet.
Yes. The crappiest, worst internet possible, and it was fucking expensive.
Really expensive. I saw some of these that said they don't charge you for internet. I was like, I remember Kyle paying like $150 a month.
Yeah.
Just so we can talk over a line that was crackling the entire time.
And frozen. His face all of a sudden would be like distorted and frozen in a spot, and then he'd be still talking somewhat.
Yeah.
Good times.
So yes, do not send the money. It's a lie. It's a scam.
Yes.
They don't need your money. It's a lie.
No.
It's a lie. I'm telling you right now.
There's no fees. There's no fees.
There's no fees. No fees. So another one. another part of this here. His commander contacted me and said he still needs 12,000 before he can be released.
No.
At first it was 3,000. She sent it to him and then was contacted again saying, no, the commander will never contact you. Especially if you're, I'm sorry, just a girlfriend and just a boyfriend. They will never contact you. If they, for any reason, have to contact somebody, it's the next of kin. And unfortunately, it's probably bad news for them.
Yeah.
Other than that, they don't care. They don't care about you.
No, they don't.
So, yeah.
They got more things to worry about than that. And
exactly.
They don't
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't. It's not that they don't care. They just don't. There's no need. There's no need there. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're the service member. He or she. They're grown-ups. They're big kids. They can handle themselves. It's fine. And
their relationships are their responsibility.
Yeah.
So this whole asking for money, no, it's not true. This will not happen ever. Ever, ever, ever. No. So there's another sign. Okay, so another one was they need to so much. Okay, so this man is the love of my life, and I really want to be with him. He has been through so much. Yes, I agree. On the deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan, I totally agree. It's unfair that the military put all of these restrictions on them before releasing them. No, there's no restrictions other than the debriefing that they get upon return. He needs to relax and enjoy himself instead of going from one war to the next. Yes, I totally agree. He hasn't been home in 3 years. I don't think he has been deployed for 3 years. Right?
I mean, hope that's
even
not
the
what
army
she's...
will only I think the army will only deploy for maybe 15 months at a time. I don't know. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me.
I mean, it used to at least
over here.
I think it used to be like 12 to 18 months. I think was the max.
So
something like that.
It's not 3 years at a time unless they volunteer to go back.
Right.
Now, if she's referring to him not being able to go home because he was stationed somewhere else, then yeah, that's true. I mean, we haven't been home in 4 years, so almost 5. So I understand that. What can you do to draw attention to your soldier situation? Should I call my Call your congressman and senator all you want. It's
call him, call her. Do it. See what happens.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Go for it.
And then tell us what happens.
And then tell us what happened. Because if you can make it happen, let us know what your secret is, because we got some bones to pick. Mostly just, I just want better produce at the commissary. That's all I want. Somebody tell my congressman that I want better produce at the commissary.
Yes, while you're at it, while you're at it, talk to the congressman and tell him that, overseas locations need to have better produce where there is not a place for us to go to off base to buy said produce at a reasonable price. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, don't pull that congressman, your senator. Come on. I don't even know how to address this because it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
The amount of times I have seen somebody say, who do I need to talk to? Or, read a post that someone says, who do I contact? Do I call the commander? Who do I call the first shirt? All this. I'm like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't.
No.
It's not going to do anything but cause more problems. Just don't.
Yeah.
Stop, please.
Yeah. I say this to Kyle all the time. I say it in a joking manner for example, this hasn't happened in a really long time, but if I'm having dinner with him at the fire station and he gets an emergency at that time and he has to leave, and there I am in the middle of eating dinner with my family and my husband takes off, and I'll say something to him like that, be like, don't they know that we were having dinner? Can't they leave these emergencies for another time? Who do I call about this? I always joke with him about that. Or if I'm watching TV and an F-15 fucking flies overhead, I'll be like, oh, it's so loud. Who do I call about this? This is the kind of stuff that could get you in trouble if you actually call. I joke about it, but if you actually call,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Just don't.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find it funny too being overseas, not here at this base, but our last one, you know, we would see the posts from locals saying, these airplanes, why are they so loud? It's 8 o'clock at night. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Ma'am, you live next to an airbase, so what did you expect?
Yeah. Be like, you do realize this airbase has been here since like the 40s?
Yeah.
Or probably or earlier, that since like 30s, where there was no one around here. And you've been slowly building up around the base. You've been building house, so I don't understand your problem.
Who do I need to call at the base to complain about this noise and to call that and tell them that, hey, can you not fly your airplanes at night? And it's very disruptive and very loud. And yes, ma'am, I agree. It is loud. But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. Because they got a job to do. And that's about it. So.
I mean,
thank you.
I don't mind them. Yes, they're loud. And sometimes they have night flights, nighttime flying. And it's super loud. And it might wake me up a little bit. But it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I think I'm just so used to it now. And like I said, we're right on the flight path here. And I can see the pilot's face on occasion, and it's really cool. And I love seeing, my favorite is the Marine helicopters. They're so sexy.
Oh, yeah.
The helicopter. I don't know who's occupying the helicopter, but the helicopter itself, they're so pretty and so muscular. Like, I don't know how to describe them. They're really cool machinery. And they fly by.
Oh, yeah, the machinery is very muscular. And I
take off my shirt and I wave it at them. From my balcony.
Oh, Veronica.
Yeah, so it doesn't bother me. How the hell did we get on this? I don't know, Jen.
It's just because we were complaining, Congressman.
We're Congressman. I'm gonna write to your congressman. Or congresswoman, excuse me. So I just have one last thing, just a piece of advice. Just be careful what you put on social media or what you like send out to someone online, because you don't want somebody blackmailing you with like the threat of posting the nudie pics you've sent someone. So just be really careful with that. Be really mindful what kind of information you're putting out and who you're talking to. I think someone can get really excited about the possibility of a new romance. And when I don't know what it is about somebody in the military that tends to maybe draw more attention, but it's dangerous when someone's stealing their identity. First of all, it's stolen valor, right? It's stolen valor when you do that. Stealing somebody who served in the military, stealing their identity or their uniform or whatever. Just be careful out there, please. If you have any question about this, any gut feeling, go with it. Go with it. Ask around. Ask us. We will do the digging for you. Gladly. Yeah. We have access to a certain population and we can look them up for you. Yeah? And we can tell you the truth. I have seen this on social media, people. I have had my doubts on posts and I do reverse image and it ends up being a scam. And I actually had to message an admin on Facebook one time being like, this poor girl, she's getting scammed so hard right now by this guy, girl, whoever is behind this profile.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I never saw any more of her posts on there again. I hope that she was alerted to what was happening. But, yeah. Keep an eye on your friends, too. Please, if anybody is going through this, make them listen to this. We will tell you the truth. Right, Jen?
We'll be blunt. We'll just help you out. Don't get caught up in the military catfish, you know? Follow that gut. If you feel any sort of like gut instinct that this doesn't seem right or this doesn't seem real, you are probably right. And do your digging, or have a friend help you do your digging, or contact us.
Mhm.
Yes, please. We
Mhm.
will help you 100%.
Yeah.
So we just don't want you guys
Gladly.
getting hurt out there, because that happens way too often.
Yes. So that's all I have for today on that. Hopefully it was informative for you guys.
Yes, awesome. I appreciate that so much.
I appreciate you, Jen.
I appreciate you, Veronica, every day.
Yeah. What else we got today?
I don't know.
What are you making for dinner? Give me some ideas.
Oh, I have pork that's been in the crock pot since this morning before I left, and
What are you making?
I'm making pork carnitas.
Yum.
Yeah, and since you taught me that trick of being able to shred my fucking chicken and whatnot in my stand mixer, it's been a game changer.
Yeah.
Fucking game changer now.
Yeah.
I can shred that shit in like less than 5 minutes. Put it in my pan and broil that. Oh, broil the pork so it's nice and crispy.
Yeah. How are you gonna serve it? How are you gonna serve it?
I just have tortillas. That's it.
Tacos?
I just pour a little of the sauce or the liquid that was in the crock pot. I put over the meat, and
Yum.
some onion.
Make some pico. You have to have pico with carnitas.
I mean, I wish if tomatoes weren't fucking $85,000 for one stupid rotten tomato.
Write your congressman or woman.
I think I might have to, because this is getting ridiculous. When I could plant a tomato seed outside for free.
Why don't you?
Because it's a lot of work, Veronica. I don't have a green thumb. I'm not like you and magical with, your magical brushing, pollinating plants. I
don't have a green thumb. I've never in my life planted anything that I haven't killed, and even that, this is my second go around with this, so who knows if they'll survive. But you've grown tomatoes and stuff before.
I did one time, but it was because it was already a starter. It was a starter plant that my daughter got with brownies, and we kept in the conservatory, so it was like a greenhouse for a little while, and then we put it in a bigger pot outside, and then it grew. And it was wonderful, and I had little cherry tomatoes.
We'll do that again.
Maybe. Maybe I'll try.
For pico, you need maybe like just 2 tomatoes for pico. Not even.
Yeah.
Just like 1. Super easy. Really lemony. It tastes delicious on carnitas.
I bet. I am missing out on some of that deliciousness.
Yeah. Yum. But I don't know what I'm making for dinner. I have sandwiches that I bought at the commissary, so I'm going to feed my children sandwiches. I think they'll be happy with that. Maybe I'll just have like a bowl of cereal because I don't feel like cooking because they don't eat it anyways. They just complain about my food all the time. And we went to we went to a convenience store yesterday, and we bought food there. And apparently that's their favorite restaurant, is that convenience store. It's like, great, good to know.
Oh, they're great. So great.
Yeah, you guys will eat the food here. Great. Thanks, children.
Awesome. That's so great. I'm so glad you like it here. Yeah. Cool.
Yay.
Instead of like real homemade food.
Real
Okay,
food that
cool.
I made, yeah. That I made with my love. My love and veggies in it.
There was no love in this food from the convenience store. It was just slopped together.
No, in fact, somebody woke up super early in the morning, super angry, having to make these pork dumplings for you. And they're like, I fucking hate my job. And then wrap them up and put them in there. And then you eat them with all the joy of your little life on there. And then you stink up my car because we ate them in the car. We're always too hungry to wait, so we just eat them in the car.
I feel you on that. I feel that way too. Eat in the car.
Just eat it in the car. Yeah. I was going to tell you I have a recommendation. I want to ask you first. Did you watch Clickbait on Netflix?
I have not yet. I have not.
Okay. You must.
Okay.
must.
Is it a
It's so
movie, right?
good.
Or is it a show?
It's a series. It's a limited series.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's only like 8 episodes.
Sweet.
Yeah. And it ends like you don't even know. I don't want to ruin it, but it's so good. It's so many twists and turns. And I'm like, what? What? Wait a minute. What? It's so crazy. Like, we binged it all weekend, Kyle and I. It was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally recommend.
That'll be one.
Clickbait.
I'll have to get into that with Dave. He loves those good series that we can watch. We've been watching Yellowstone, so maybe we could take a short break and finish that one. Start it and finish it.
Yeah. Because it's 8 episodes and they're like an hour long. So that's what we did with our weekend, was we spent it watching that. We're such losers.
Nice. And no. Do you have Hulu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A show that you and Kyle need to watch is fucking hilarious. Is called Letterkenny.
Yes! We watch it.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so glad. Pitter patter.
I think I told you about it. Yeah. Come on, pitter patter.
Oh my god. That show just puts me in a good mood. We watch it at bedtime, but still, just puts you in a good mood. It's so funny. It's fucking ridiculous and so funny.
It's got the same kind of attitude as like Schitt's Creek almost.
Yeah.
But more dry.
Very dry.
More dry in the humor. Yeah. They crack me up. It was funny because we were watching that and my daughter comes in and she's like, "Oh, that's so-and-so from the show." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, from the show that I like to watch, the kids show that I watch." And I was like, "What?" So I had to go back. And she watches a show called Some Assembly Required. It's a kids show with like young teenagers and they like work at a toy factory or something. And one of the characters on there is one of the guys on Letterkenny that are always in the Jeep, the blonde one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she recognized. I was like, "Oh, that's funny." I was like, "I didn't even catch that." But it's a good show. It's really silly. It's really funny. It definitely makes us crack up a lot.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they say on there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think I told you about it
so
a while ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, but you never listened to my recommendations. Remember
I do
when
too.
I told you
Remember?
about Hollywood Darlings?
Dude, I watched that. I told you I watched that.
I know, but I had told you, and like a year later, you're like, "Oh, I found this show on Netflix." I was like, "I told you about this like a year ago." It's like, I told you and Lindsay about this show.
I knew it was from somewhere. I was like, somebody told me about this show. Oh, it looks hilarious. I must watch it.
Yeah. It's so good, right?
Veronica recommendations are top notch. You must listen to it because it's true. Like Sweet Tooth, we watched it all. So good.
Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Sweet Tooth. I'm waiting for Stranger Things to come back on. I'm like, they're going to be fucking in college by the time it comes back on, you know, on Netflix.
Seriously.
Come on. Yeah. I was like, I was excited because you were going to get to see these characters grow up. And it's like, it's been like a 2-year gap now.
I know.
They're all grown up. They have children.
Ew. That's
I'm
weird.
Yeah. That's weird. That's a good show.
That is a good show.
And then someone told me to watch Outer Banks, which I haven't gotten into yet. So I don't even know what it's about. But my friend that told me about Clickbait was the one that said, "You're going to like Outer Banks." So I was like, okay, that might be another one. I'm really, really into these short series right now, like the limited series, because I don't feel committed to the next season. And it's like bigger than a movie and it gives me everything I want in the one series. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is true. I do like the limited series too.
Yeah. We watched one last year. It was called Chambers. Did you watch that? Also on Netflix.
No.
I don't know if it's still on there, but that one was really good. It was like a thriller, suspense, maybe some paranormal.
Ooh.
It was really good. It's called Chambers.
I'll have to look. Chambers.
Yeah.
I'll have to look and see. I'm going to write that down. See, it's because I don't write it down. That's how I forget.
Mm-hmm.
Veronica recommends
And
Chambers.
See if that one's still on Netflix. And then, Jen, you know what I watched last week?
What?
Just for the nostalgia, because I was like, this has to bring back something, right? I watched He's All That.
Oh.
Did you watch it?
No.
Okay. It's fine. You'll live your life if you don't watch it. It'll be fine.
I didn't
watched
want
it
to
because
I like the original.
Right? Yeah, that's why I watched it. But I found myself cringing so much throughout the movie, and I was like, I'm getting the stupid chills. You know, like when you get the chills because you watch
Yeah.
something so stupid? It was that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's bad. It's bad. Oh, it continues to be bad.
Yeah, I had fears that it was going to
Yeah.
be like that. So thank you for watching
Yeah.
that and letting us all know.
You're welcome. It took me 2 days because I fell asleep through it.
Well,
And I'm like, oh, everybody's so cute in it. It's gonna be good. It's gotta be good, right? It's gotta be like back in the 90s when I watched it, or what year was it? 2000? I don't know. You know, with
something like
Freddie
that.
Prinze Jr. and Rachel Lee Cook,
Yeah.
and they were, you know, in the prime of their lives. They were so cute, and these people are too. But I was like, no, don't, please don't do that. Yeah. But if you liked it, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's all I have on my recommendations. That's all I did. I don't have anything else.
Well, thank you. I like your recommendations.
Yeah.
This helps
You're
because
welcome.
now I know what to watch. I can rewatch something or what not to watch because,
Right.
you know, you already did it for me. It's the review.
I mean, watch it. Watch it. If you
No.
have nothing else to do, watch it. It's fine. It's fine.
No.
If you like cringe.
I'll pass. It's okay.
Yeah.
He already
Rachel Lee
kind of was
Cook
like
is in it.
cringy because she is.
Yeah. She's the mom.
Oh.
Not as her original character, but
Oh.
she's in it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
still, no, not. It's okay. I'll be all right.
Okay. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
But thank you. But thank you anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was good. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for your story and to Carrie for her listener recommendation. That was awesome. That was
Yes.
awesome.
It was. Yeah. Thank you so much, Carrie, because that one, you found these articles that were just amazing, and I mean, you gave us such a good idea to go off of, and just not even not even idea to go off of. You gave me the entire thing, and that was perfect, and just right up our alley. And like, who knew? I mean, I'm sure these people know. Now you all know too. It's devastating.
Don't drink the water.
Don't drink the murder water.
Don't drink the water.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. If you guys have a story to share with us or you want us to do the research on it, you can email us at dependesplaining@gmail.com or reach out to us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And let us know if you want us to cover any specific story. We will gladly do so.
Yes. Yes, we will.
And don't forget to rate and subscribe as well.
Yes. Share with everyone. Share us all over the world.
Share us around. Share us. Share us everywhere.
Share it.
Well, great. Anything else, Jen?
That's all I got for today. And I can't talk, obviously. Oh my god. Just Jen needs to stop.
Jen, go to sleep.
It's right. It's something.
Go to bed.
Good
Go
Lord.
to sleep. Yeah, I want to go to sleep because I was up late and woke up very early this morning. Hope everyone
Not a
had
good
a
combo.
wonderful week. It's the weekend.
Woo!
Yay! Yay for the weekend. Go out and treat yourself to a pizza. Because why not?
Yeah.
Get yourself a delicious pizza and some ice cream.
Yum.
I had ice cream the other day, and it is branded as being the best gelato in the world. It tasted like cereal water. Cereal milk. Sorry. I said that
disappointing.
yesterday too. It was super disappointing because I was like, ooh, gelato. Like, let's see what it really is because I've had gelato. And it tasted like cereal milk. I was disappointed. I still ate it. but don't recommend.
Again, guys, Veronica does not recommend this ice cream.
I don't recommend.
Don't do it.
This brand. I don't want to give them a plug. I was so disappointed. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking. So I'll leave you with this. If you ever find yourself thirsty, don't drink the water. Just
please don't
be thirsty.
Yeah. Stay thirsty, my friends.
Yeah. If you ever find yourself looking for a love connection on social media and it's just too good to be true, it probably isn't true.
Yeah, it's probably
and then send it to us and we'll look into it and we will confirm your doubts. And then don't forget that wherever it is that you go, first of all, have a lovely day. And there you are.
Don't drink that water, though.
Goodbye.